What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Old World Deity AI only battle. It's got pretty good start, I think. Some good comments coming through. I saw I don't know how many episodes ago. I think I'm definitely a few ahead. But yeah, I saw an interesting one about how the Dutch obviously might have a happiness problem when it comes to colonizing, which is something I didn't think about. So really good spot that actually. And that could give someone like Great Britain the advantage. Obviously, we see they've got a settler. I think that's actually moved backwards. There's a good chance that will settle in Ireland. But there you go. Greece v Burundi breaks out, as does Persia, Mongolia. Neither of those too important, but more importantly, the Jar v Mongolia, that is pretty important. They are obviously doing very well. They are fighting Russia and China as well at the moment, though, so they're a little bit under pressure. I don't know if this city will fall. There's a lot of mountains. It could be interesting. We'll see what happens. Obviously, the Congo are also out here, and Rhodesia will be the next sort of in Argentina to reach the Americas. And obviously in Asia, it's a little bit slower colonization at the moment. We're just seeing the Indonesian islands wrapped up and gained, mainly by the Jar and India, although this city, which is fairly new, I don't think I've even seen that before, from Siam, is allowing them to finally get a boat up. So they'll be exploring this for the first time, and I'm sure Siam will be down here relatively soon as well as a result. So we've got Rhodesia and the Zulu now on Madagascar. I think Rhodesia was here first, and then the Zulu sort of joining them a little bit later, but that has continued. What is going on up here? Okay, Rome is still struggling a little bit against Carthage, but they have survived for now. And Byzantium, they're going to be one of the civs to watch for the next few turns. See how they respond, because they obviously just eliminated Babylon and Arabia. There might be a bit of a response from the rest of the world to that. They might not. Maybe Byzantium are just going to do really well from it. I'm not sure. Their technology is clearly quite far behind some of the other stronger civs. Musketmen's okay, but they've only just got those. You know, the rest of it's longswordsmen, trebuchets, that sort of stuff. Although I'm not sure anyone actually has cannons. Do they? Okay, yeah, they do. India definitely does. I'm sure some others will do. Russia has some, although they obviously take longer to get here. Either way, we should see the Jar conquer Beijing this turn. Not that there's much left to actually come with Beijing. It's one tile and a few sea tiles, but there we go. China will definitely be confounded to the mountains up in the corner here. Carthage has made peace with Russia. Okay, interesting. We'll see how that goes. Is that new? No, this has always been here. The Dutch-German war's still ongoing. Cologne been sieged a little bit. Obviously, the Netherlands lost this city, and their only polder, I don't know, they've got some more around Amsterdam, quite a few, but one of their few polders to Germany, which I guess is helpful for Germany. But yeah, at the moment, it's going to be, I don't think Germany can take anything off them, and I mean, the Dutch are too spread out. They're in like 5 different wars as well, so it's not going to lead to too much. I think Greece is also at war with the Netherlands coming up this way. I don't think they're at war with Germany, although that's a very brave settler if that is the case. It is obviously going to be open borders is pretty big to try and get colonies. You can see some civs trying. Oh, it looks like Carthage is struggling. I didn't even see this was happening, but there you go. They did just peace out with Russia. Not that that matters too much. And Mali peaced out with Nigeria as well. Sorry, Rhodesia, not Nigeria. I thought Nigeria because they were right next to each other, but no. Rhodesia. Burundi's held off the Zulu. Absolutely fine. And there you go, the Jar do now have Beijing. As I said, just a few sea tiles, and it was already surrounded by the borders, but there you go. That's the capital falling, and it just pushes China into the corner, and gives the Jar a little bit of a victory in what is, you know, a scary time. Obviously, if Russia were to take some cities off them, that would probably be first place sealed. But if the Jar can stay, you know, keep everything they have, then it's still very much a race. I think the Jar cities, look at the size of some of these, 16, 16, 16, 23... They've got the opportunity to get into Indonesia, whereas Russia is going to have to fight for every city now. Like, they might settle one more in here, and they might settle some internal ones, but they only take away from the other cities. Like, they'll increase production, but they'll reduce everything else, really. I get, kind of, not really, I guess. You can build the science buildings, but it does hurt other cities to have their food taken away, so it's not... You can build more stuff, but you lose in having really good cities, so I guess it's maybe it hurts production more. But obviously, yeah. Russia is going to have to attack people to conquer more cities. Not that's an issue for them. They seem to have the biggest army in the world, but it's going to have to always walk really far if they want to go east to west. You know, all those little concerns that I have to try and come up with to make you believe that they're not as strong as they look. But at the moment, yeah, they are terrifying. But there are some other good civs around them that we can put our faith in. The Netherlands, Germany, Even Greece are doing well. I mean, if Byzantium have some time, they might be able to defend themselves well. Persia, I feel like they're just going to turn into a fortress at some point, just full of units in the mountains. And we'll see, obviously, the Shah hopefully can be another big threat. If they can have Germany in the west and the Shah in the east, then that's Russia's attention split, and that already makes it difficult for them. In terms of settlers, okay, the Congo have now got a second settler heading over the Atlantic. We've got plenty of Rhodesian units. Only one settler, so they only get like 6 tiles. I don't know if they need to send all these workers, but I guess there's nothing else for them to do. So fair enough. I'm still considering. I'm quite a few episodes ahead on this. I'm considering a let's play in the exact same scenario. I'd have to remake it, which is a bit annoying because I didn't save a third copy. And obviously I'm playing as Venice in this one in the save, so that wouldn't work. But I'm just thinking, who would be a fun civ to play as in this scenario? I would change it a little bit. By change it, I mean I'd probably just add France, but just to maybe stop the Netherlands and maybe the Khazar as well. Although I might have to move them. I don't know where they spawn. Something like that might be changed, but yeah, I kind of want to play in this scenario, to be honest. It's like the only thing I can do, because people really want to see TSL Let's Plays. I can only do them at Civ 5. Realistically, after last time, it's got to be the same as the battle pretty much entirely, and that is obviously an issue. As when I tried as Russia, and I was doing pretty well like this. I killed off Attila pretty early, but it all went horribly wrong. Okay, so Carthage is going to probably struggle a bit more now. Nigeria now has a city in the Mediterranean. They are separated a bit by the Songhai, but that's obviously teeing up for a future war. Egypt now with 2 settlers with open borders with Nigeria, making the crossing. They will be heading for South America too. You've got the Congo already on their way out this way. And there's Rhodesia city settled, a lot of wine resources. They're a bit south of the Wonders, so they're still up for grabs. But there we go, the beginning of the colonization of South America. I feel like South America will fill up first. It's probably got the best resources. There's definitely more in North America, but I don't know, I feel like you can have better cities in South America just because of what's available. I might be completely wrong with that, but that's just a guess. I'm sure there's loads of resources up here too, but they're a little bit more spread out. A lot of them are the same as well. Like here, all you get is dyes. Like, not particularly ideal. But there's no more settlers heading this way. Oh, there we go. Britain is heading towards North America now, and I feel they might. At first I was skeptical. There was a comment saying they'd settle more. Now they've explained it. You know what? I see that. Yeah, that could actually really happen, because the Netherlands may not have enough happiness, and obviously they're pretty preoccupied. They did have a settler. I don't know where. Oh no, I think that was Greece. I don't know. Either way, Netherlands grabbed Cologne in northern Denmark, so that's a bit of a blow to Germany, who don't really have any boats. That was sort of their issue to defend that. So far, one city traded each way. The border gore's been removed, so it's not the worst trade. Not going to complain about that. Oh, this city isn't coastal. I was going to say, if there were a world where Germany could eliminate Poland, that would really help them. Give them some strength. Carthage piecing out with Nigeria. They didn't give anything away, but they did not retake this, which is an issue. But Carthage also at some point pieced out with Rome and took control of Antium. So, I mean, it's not the worst trade in the world. You actually have now got a better city than what you initially had. So, it's just an awkward position, I guess. But yeah, there you go. That's better than nothing. And Rhodesia completes the Taj Mahal, and the Jar are the first civ to have 3 factories up and running, which kind of makes sense. They have the biggest cities, probably the biggest production, so they can build them quicker. So that does make a lot of sense. You know, Russia, obviously Moscow and St. Petersburg are bigger. I mean, okay, maybe not Attila's court. I guess oils again. No, not oil. Coal could be an issue. Although I didn't give any extra coal, so maybe, but I don't know. I feel they'll be fine. Sometimes it's just science. The Jar are probably ahead of Russia on science still. Netherlands and the Greeks have peaced out. No cities changed hands again. Germany has declared war on China. That doesn't matter too much. And India v China. That does not matter too much at the moment. But yeah. Would be a pretty big war in real life, wouldn't it? The two like superpowers in Asia. But this is 1380. There's no way for India to get up there, and China is just a small region in the north now, around the city of Guangzhou. And I'm sure they'll survive up there for a while at least. Still no sign of any settlers for North America. I don't know if from the Asia to North America. Where is this worker gone? It's taken a long way around. Rhodesia v Korea, again, not too important. There is some units all around Australia doing some exploring, but no settling just yet. I think the Jar are just changing name again, so let's not try not to crash the game if we can. Come on, you can do this. You can make it. I think there is a new Jar city in Papua New Guinea. We'll get a look at that soon as that new dynasty has emerged. Please don't crash. There we go. New dynasty has emerged. Yeah, this city's new. So there you go. Second city in the Indonesian islands for the Jar. 2 for India as well. Siam's far more... Although Siam does have a settler heading this way, but they are far more interested in converting it to... Is it Buddhism their religion? Yes. Okay, they want to convert it to Buddhism. Fair enough. But yeah, these islands are starting to, disappear. There's a few spots left, I guess, if you want to settle here. But obviously Australia is still wide open for whoever wants that, as is the west coast of North America. South America's probably going to fill first. I mean, there's at least 1 or 2 more settlers heading that way. Is this Russia? Yeah, Russia goes autocracy as well. So, I mean, it's a domination-only game. That's kind of expected. You'll see a few go order probably now and then. One or maybe India, or there's no Brazil, so probably like India will go freedom. And maybe someone like Byzantium, if just that, or someone who's like dying and on their own might pick it for the extra 2 tenets that you get for being a first adopter. But that's about it for freedom, I'm afraid. Siam has declared war on Korea, which is not super important. They're fairly separated. Don't really have the units to hurt each other too much. I don't think Korea will come down here. Siam's not really on a coast, so the boats can't do anything. The Congo's second settler has arrived. We'll see how close that settles to the original city. Egypt's first is still in the mid-Atlantic, and the other one's only just got in their boats off the Nigerian coast. Britain v Mali, again, not super important, but the Songhai v Mali, a little bit more important. Could be the end for Mali here, but it's quite a spread out war, so there's a chance they can sort of spread their efforts, make them spread out a bit and ruin it for them. Banning of salt and embargoment of the Huns is being voted on. Okay, there we go. Maybe those are the same thing, just banning the salty Huns who have not been a bit angry since their start. I don't know. This is really bad. Imagine having one city and not building a courthouse. See, how does Deity AI manage to do that when it's just against other Deity AIs? If it was playing against me, not that I would ever play Deity, like no chance. I think is it Deity or Deity? I don't know. Either way, not that I would ever play this difficulty. I just fluked 1 victory on Emperor, okay? It wasn't supposed to happen. I exploited Venice so hard. Well, I was Venice, but I used our ability and abilities as an exploit really hard and just managed, which I guess is what you're supposed to do. But like literally, the other civs could have killed me in the next turn if they wanted to. Like finger snap, boom, it would have been over. So I don't know how we managed that one. So yeah, we won't be zooming up to just because we won on Emperor. Immortal is not on the cards just yet. We definitely need a few more wins on Emperor. Probably a TSL Emperor game just to stabilize, make sure I'm ready. Because TSL is easier. I just want to put that out there. TSL as Emperor is where I would normally go first. Then we'll go back to the random map as Emperor. And then we'll probably try Immortal if we're successful every time. But we are moving up. Prince is behind us now. I think King is the minimum if I'm doing a more challenging scenario now. So that's good. I've learned. Your comments have been very helpful. Netherlands peaced out with Germany. No cities changed hands there after the 2 in the war that changed hands. The embargoment of the Huns passed. Salt was not banned. Mali v Mongolia doesn't matter, and neither does Burundi. That's just too far away. Congo settler. Oh, third ideology. This is Egypt. They've all been 1 turn apart so far. The Jar, or maybe there was 1 more turn between Russia and Egypt, but they've all been within a few turns. So very close. And Egypt goes order, so they go the opposite way. That's fine for them. I mean, assuming tourism doesn't make them have a revolution. They're not particularly close or anything, so there's not going to be any bad blood hurting them too early on. There's the whole of Byzantium between Russia and Egypt, and obviously the Jar's miles away. Greece v Mongolia does not matter too much. Mongolia's peaced out with Germany. India v Mongolia does not matter really. Is that a third new Mongolian city? They have resettled their capital. Obviously that is because the name changed when it got conquered. The Jar changed names. I'm sure there's probably better mods than the Jar at this point, but they work really well. They spawn, like not actually, they don't disrupt China with their spawn. I know I used to move them further south still, but yeah, they actually really work out where we put them. Really help to balance East Asia. It's not been great for China, and I don't know, Korea doesn't seem to ever do well anymore. But you know, at least it's the Shah or Mongolia, not always Mongolia. I guess there's that. Like that's something. Ethiopia also against Mongolia, not as important, and we got some more cities in the New World too. Oh, you can hardly see that because of like the weird tiles. There we go, that's a bit better. The Congo with another city. This one is not coastal. No luxury resource. Oh, some truffles. I don't know if there's some strategic resources or so. I can't see them. Which is something I can actually change, and we'll probably try to. I could try and do. I'll go have a look at how to do that. But yeah, what was the other city? And there you go, Manchester in Florida is the next New World city. I'm just looking around here. I don't think anyone else has reached anywhere just yet. There you go. Great Britain arrives in Florida. Completely different environment to where the Netherlands settled. But that'll be it for this episode. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.